Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Dr. Alexis. I'm a board-certified dermatologist with my background in cosmetic chemistry. I take all of my knowledge and deliver it to you so that you can make the best skincare decisions. Today, we are continuing with the hyperpigmentation series, and we are talking about my absolute favorite ingredient, which is azelaic acid. This has been my true ride or die for the last 4 years. It's been pretty much the only active I have used. We're gonna get into why it's really great for hyperpigmentation, but it's also really good for other things too, so we'll touch base on that as well. First, I have to tell you all, thank you guys so much for all of the love and support you have shown me throughout this hyperpigmentation series. It is my honor and pleasure to be a trusted resource here on YouTube for you guys. And I am so happy that you guys are choosing me to learn from. Please like and subscribe to this video if you want to see more content. Without further ado, let's talk about azelaic acid. So azelaic acid is actually a naturally occurring dicarboxylic acid. It is found in the skin already. Your body is already producing azelaic acid. It can also be found in wheat, rye, and barley. So it being found in the skin is actually the way that we found out this is really good for hyperpigmentation. Have you heard of the condition called tinea versicolor or pityrosporum versicolor? This is what a lot of patients will refer to as sunspots. So parts of the body that are actually hypopigmented. So these white spots or hypochromia, lighter spots on the skin, actually result from pityrosporum or Melasma oxidizing unsaturated fatty acids down to dicarboxylic acid, also known as azelaic acid. This is a tyrosinase inhibitor, meaning that it will decrease the amount of melanin that is produced, if you guys remember that lovely little pathway that we talked about before. So this is one of the main ways that azelaic acid plays a very important role in melasma or post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation by being that gatekeeper of the tyrosinase inhibiting step. It's basically the rate limiting step of melanin production. Anytime you inhibit tyrosinase, you are decreasing the amount of melanin that is being produced. So it's a fantastic and very gentle way to actually decrease the amount of melanin produced. In addition to this, it can actually decrease the amount of excess or hyperactive melanin that is produced in the skin. It specifically knows which melanin is overactive, and it can help to downregulate that overactive melanin. So this is fantastic in post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. It's really great for anyone who has acne and the acne leaves them with dark spots. It can actually help acne too. It helps acne because it is bactericidal, meaning that it kills the bacteria that produces acne. So it's killing that cutie bacterium. And then it also helps to decrease the dark spots that follow acne because it downregulates overproductive melanin. So this is why I highly recommend that you actually use azelaic acid if you are indeed fighting acne, because it can help with the acne by being bactericidal. It's also keratinolytic, meaning that it can help decrease the amount of keratin or dead skin cells that are actually clogging your pores. And then it helps with the post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation as well. There are a lot of ingredients that you actually don't want to mix together if you're fighting both acne and hyperpigmentation. You can check out my video here if you haven't seen already what to avoid if you're trying to tackle both things. And in addition to these other properties, azelaic acid is anti-inflammatory. So really important for melasma, really important for post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, acne, rosacea, or post-inflammatory erythema. PI. So this can also happen after acne spots. It's the redness that's left behind. We are talking a lot about hyperpigmentation, but I know that a lot of people are also affected by post-inflammatory erythema. So this is something that can significantly help you as well. You guys know that inflammation is the enemy to the skin, and it's especially the enemy if you're fighting hyperpigmentation. So anything that's going to be an anti-inflammatory is for sure a good choice. So azelaic acid can also help to really improve the texture of your skin. Again, it has keratinolytic or exfoliant-like properties, not to the same degree that a retinol does, but it does have some of these properties in there. So you'll notice after 3 to 6 months, your skin actually really starts to look smoother as well. And that is because azelaic acid can actually decrease the thickness of the stratum corneum, which is the uppermost part of the skin, and that is where a lot of the dead skin cells sit. So azelaic acid over time can actually decrease the thickness of this, which can impart a smoother overall complexion. This is of course dramatically increased if you were to combine it with a retinol, which brings up another point. Azelaic acid actually plays really well with other active ingredients. It works well with retinols, but I use azelaic acid in the morning time, so this is going to be really important if you're using like a vitamin C or a niacinamide or even salicylic acid. You guys know that a lot of those medications you can't combine together. It's not really a concern when you're using azelaic acid because it's such a peaceful ingredient. So hopefully you guys are now as in love with azelaic acid as I am, and you may be wondering how in the world can I apply this to my current skincare regimen. I'm going to tell you how I do it as someone with sensitive skin and eczema, and I've not had any issues applying azelaic acid in this manner. It is not photosensitive, which means it's a great choice for your morning. And if you are someone doing something very potent at night, like retinols, or you're fighting your hyperpigmentation with alpha-arbutin or tranexamic acid, those are best in the nighttime. So you want to focus on using things that are good antioxidants, but that can still fight your hyperpigmentation in the morning. So that is why I place azelaic acid in the morning routine. Not only is it an antioxidant, which is going to help fight those daily free radicals from UV rays and visible light that we are all exposed to, but it's also going to help you fight inflammation, and it's good for your hyperpigmentation. So let's place it in the morning skincare regimen. First thing I'm going to do is actually cleanse my face with a good salicylic acid cleanser. This is going to help my vitamin C, which is my very next step, penetrate better. I am then going to apply my azelaic acid and a sunscreen that is moisturizing that also includes niacinamide. Specifically one like EltaMD would be a fantastic choice. It's moisturizing, it's got your zinc oxides, and it also has niacinamide in there, which in my opinion is the most important UVA, UVB filter that exists. That's it. I keep it super simple. My skincare regimen really never has more than 3 to 4 steps because I am a busy mom and I just don't have time for that. In addition, I really don't think there's a lot of research between applying 5 million different steps, but that's a whole nother video. Additionally, azelaic acid is well tolerated in the great majority of people. You can use it in sensitive skin, which is why a lot of rosacea patients find it very helpful. It's good at the redness, but it's also something that can be used in those with sensitive skin. Again, guys, I have the most sensitive skin on the planet. I also have eczema and I use azelaic acid. Now this is not without a little bit of getting used to. Azelaic acid can undoubtedly cause a little bit of itch or tingle in the beginning of use. 5 years later, I am still getting a little bit of an itch when I use my azelaic acid, but it only lasts for a few seconds. What I used to do in the beginning to mitigate this is put the azelaic acid in the refrigerator, and you can actually apply moisturizer to your face first before you apply the azelaic acid. It's almost like creating that safety barrier on your skin as your skin builds up a tolerance to the azelaic acid. The itch or the little tingle is not a big deal, and it's something that your body will eventually get used to. However, severe redness, itching, burning, or stinging is a completely different story, and if that is happening, you should of course discontinue the product or talk to your board certified dermatologist or practitioner about that. So the literature shows that azelaic acid at 20% is equally effective to the gold standard hydroquinone when it comes to fighting post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation and melasma. This is huge, guys. You guys know that hydroquinone is very effective at treating hyperpigmentation. Azelaic acid can do this to the same degree at 20%. That's huge. Here in the United States, you're not going to be able to find azelaic acid at 20% unless you get a prescription. I actually do have a compounded prescription of azelaic acid at 20%. I also have Finacea, which comes as a foam or a gel at 15% here in the United States. Both of these require prescription. It doesn't have to be a big deal. This is where telemedicine can really help. You can see a dermatologist for anywhere between $35 and $50 easily online with a click of a button, and you can get these higher strength azelaic acids. Now, if that's not something that you're interested in doing, no worries. You can actually get azelaic acid over the counter here in the United States with companies like The Ordinary, Paula's Choice, or Glytone. And as you guys know, I have not been able to use very many actives because I've either been pregnant or nursing for the last 3.5 years. So Azelaic Acid has been my true ride or die because it is so good for pregnant and nursing mamas. It is safe. Yay, we have something that we actually can use. All right, guys, you know that I'm always going to also give you my point from a cosmetic chemist and not just a dermatology background. Azelaic acid is not a very expensive ingredient to formulate, but I want you to be picky about where you choose to get your azelaic acid from because it's actually very difficult. It's tricky to formulate into other compounds. So I'm going to list down below some companies that I think have done this quite well. All right, friends, so that wraps up all of the major points about azelaic acid and specifically how it can help you with hyperpigmentation. I hope that you found this video helpful. If so, please give it a like and thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I will see you guys next time. Be well.